axes on the board, of course, because it's the European region. We've got a Teros, a Brynn, and a Barasa, and a Brynn.
I love a Teros Brynn combo. I think TK and Flambo might have been talking about it earlier as kind of a classic combo in twos. I love this combo. Both players have axes, a super meta weapon. Spear is now more meta than it has been in a long time. Hammer still extremely meta as well, despite the small recent nerfs. Same thing for Teros, still an extremely meta character, despite the small recent nerfs as well. Oh, both blue team members chasing him for mini, though.
Yeah, they saw blood in the water. They were looking for that knockout. Would have been a nice advantage if they could have gotten it, but ended up deciding to back off, didn't want to overcommit for it. And for Mini on the right side, and you're seeing the blue team now go for the quick power play onto blue, puts out good damage. Still no knockouts just yet. Risky ground pound from Acno, but blue not able to get the knockout. Instead, Blaze going to take the 1v1 for the first kill of game number 1.
Now we are seeing this swap over to the Barasa. Did Acno play Barasa really earlier in this tournament?
So.
I know he was playing Ragnar earlier. I don't know if there was a game that I happened to miss. I didn't happen to catch. Ooh, nice D-Light recovery, picking up both members of the red team, but I didn't happen to catch his character level on this. His blasters are looking far from bad, though. He already picked up the D-Light recovery. Oh, but he's going to also pick up a stock loss there as Blue and Mini extend far to the right side.
Those big axe stairs, and they even did the handoff to where Mini was like, all right, I'm out of movement. Now it's your turn to finish off this stock. Really well played on the right side to keep themselves in this. Neutral Sig going to drop into the wall, but Blue still keeping this pressure on top of Acno. Acno trying to disengage. Instead goes for the down air. Blue hits the ground pound. Blaze gets a stock at the top right, and Acno is still living.
Teros mains around the world just cried after that Insig dropped. I'm sure they've felt that in ranked.
I tried
Teros
to hold back my emotions. I was
Teros
so
haters
for him.
around the world screamed in celebration that Sig dropped. You love to see it if you hate playing against Teros, and I do.
You hate to see it, but you'll love to see it. Nice recovery from Mini and a big side air. Mini and Blue, this Teros Brynn combo, holding on against the top seed. Such a dominant force in the European region, looking a little bit weak right now.
Now the fact that Blue and Mini are coming into this and already looking extremely solid in game 1, that gives me good vibes about the rest of the set, possibly. Because if you look at Blue and Mini's last set that they played, it went all the way to game 5, and they had to hit the reverse 3 to get the set win against Pavelski and the Ninja. They lost game 1 and game 2, and now it's possible for Blue to still take this game, but he has to play in to the hands down, bar none, best team in EU. A team that has not lost a major tournament in over a year.
Yo, they haven't gone into the losers bracket through all of 2020 until now. Like, this is such a scary team. Of course, 2v1ing right now. Blue with this Teros. You've got Acno and Blaze in the red. There is this possibility, and Blaze going off stage is a pretty risky thing. Again, everyone who's played against the Teros in rank knows the threat of that gravity cancel neutral signature.
I think they went in the losers bracket in winter champs.
I mean, you're welcome to look back, but when I was checking earlier this morning, I did not see them going in the losers bracket.
Could be
I
wrong.
could be
Yeah,
wrong.
they lost to. Oh wait, let's see. Where did they lost to? Simple's team. When did they lose? It was in grand finals.
Okay.
So it depends if you count that as going down into the losers bracket.
Okay. I guess I technically, right? Because you got to put the L on the names. They did lose a set, so I stand corrected. Looks like some character swaps coming out from Blue and Acno, though, as Blue's going to be going over to the Koji. Actually, Acno's sticking with his character, but Blue on the Koji, Mini on the Brynn, and then we've got the Barasa Brynn on the Blue team.
And it is a level 33 on the Barasa from Acno. So a lot more time on this character than I would have expected.
I mean, he's got a pretty huge character pool. We've seen him swap around characters. We saw the double Teros earlier today, and of course, we've also seen him on many of kind of like the meta competitive characters. When Onyx was popular, he played that. All sorts of characters.
Nice follow-up there, unfortunately. Oh, he
chase.
charged that as deep as he could, all the way down. Holding left as far as he could. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pick it up. Man, Agno's blasters are looking pretty good. I am digging them right now. Almost picks up the ground pound. If Blue would have been a little bit more hasty. Nice KO from Blue.
Yeah, really well done playing the right angle there. Blaster's really good at straight vertical, but if you're playing that 45 with the unarmed dare, you have that opportunity, and that's exactly how Blue did it. Has to be careful here. Can't get the wall touch. Blaze just right in position just in case he needed to hit that down air, and a fantastic gravity cancel downlight side air from Acno to even up the stock count.
Now, it is a little bit surprising to see Acno swapping 2 blasters in 2v2, despite all the time you spent on this character. He was playing the Ragnar earlier, and Katars did get a recent buff, so I guess he just maybe wasn't feeling that, but it's just strange to see him swapping to the blasters when the Ragnar maybe wasn't the pick.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes sense that he would go through the Axe character pool. It is interesting, like you said, he's going over to the blasters. Blasters are good in 2v2s. Long active frames can lead to some great setups, and maybe he's just feeling his blasters right now. You know what? There's been a couple breaks. Maybe he went in training mode and was like, you know what? My blaster's kind of clean right now.
He has the possibility to get a full team wipe here. Almost gets the Axe Air, but Inframini was above him. Came in with the ground pound, bouncing Acno off the stage. Not going to be the KO option yet. You see him fishing for this KO, but he just can't find it. Would be very helpful to at least pick up one of them if they can find the other one. Almost found the recovery there. Unfortunately, Blue was hit out of hit stun. Out came the dodge. Still able to clean that one up. It is 3 stocks to 2. Acno maybe a little bit salty for getting taken out earlier, and he still goes back in, gets the KO, gets taken out, but absolutely worth there. 2 stocks to 1 as Blue is stuck in the 1v2. He's also stuck in hit stun. Now he's in the blast zone. Game over.
What a team combo. They just went right on into that too. Like, didn't even take a moment to like dash dance and be like, oh, are we gonna hit you with the neutral light? They just went right on into it. I do want to go back to that edge guard. You're seeing like the tail end of that, but the start of that is something that Steven talked about earlier on in the broadcast. Is Acno, like, he'll go down, he'll hit like a down air and immediately weapon toss, and that's what set up for the unarmed down air into that edge guard. Had the stock, then Blue came over, tried to relieve the pressure, but was still not able to save his teammate. What an insane unarmed edge guard from Acno.
We are seeing some character swaps coming out. Blue is swapping over to the Bodvar. Acno's still on this Barraza, Blaze on the Bryn, and Inframini on the Bryn. Still several axes, 3 axes in total in this game. The other 2 hammers also, or the other 2 weapons, also a popular weapon coming in on the Bodvar with the sword and the hammer. Blue is going to take 1 point out of strength, put it into the movement speed, maybe give him a little bit more quickness.
3, 2, 1.
It's interesting Blue is making all these character swaps. Like, I guess it makes some sense, right? Inframini not really likely to change characters, maybe would have gone to the Olgrim, but for the most part, he's pretty much stuck to one character, whereas Blue does have a big character pool. But it's just interesting because I didn't feel like Koji was the problem there. Like, I thought his bow was all right, I thought his sword was fine, but I guess he's just trying to find that one thing that'll get him a win over Acno and Blaze.
Maybe he's hoping the hammer will give him a little bit more play here. Oh, the D-Light D-Sync splitting up the blue team, getting 1 KO high. Now they're searching for the KO low. Acno getting back onto the main platform. Neutralite sending both members of the red team over to the right side with different moves, but they're still stuck on the edge. Out comes Blaze. 1 move hitting both of them. Ground Pound gets the KO as well. Even with a little bit of team damage, don't sweat it whatsoever. Blaze was already very little damage on this stock. So what a start for the blue team.
But Inframini trying to get back into this one, looking for that knockout on Blaze at the top of the map. Big side air. Acno, again, this high defense on this Barraza, keeping him tanky and able to save his teammate there. Blaze is in a little bit of trouble. Red team might want to start just hunting down Blaze, get that 1v2 opportunity.
You saw both of them while Acno was recovering on the right side. Both red team members were on that main stage, maybe wanting to put some pressure onto that second stock of Blaze. They end up taking it. They also get the stock from Acno. Then all of a sudden, blue team is behind. Red team's in the lead. And red team is actually in a pretty good spot. They're not even just a little bit in the lead here. They're already starting to build up this damage onto Acno and Blaze's second and final stock, respectively. Have both of them in the yellow. Now Acno is in the orange. Nice spot dodge there. I think he did that to get through Blaze's counter punish.
Yeah, and really good positioning on all sides. We saw Acno throw out a side sig, and Blue just sat on the tail end of it, waited for his opportunity. Big side air from M for Mini. Suddenly, Red Team has the opportunity to win this one. They've got 4 stocks to the 2 of the Blue Team. Sure, theirs are pretty damaged, so Blue Team could easily come back into this if they can get that double, but Blaze is going to get 1. Acno needs this. Yup, and that will even up the stock count.
Grab the second to last and the last hit of that. They're arguably 2 of the most important hits in that move, the Blaster's recovery. Blaze, so dangerously damaged here. If he gets anywhere near those sidewalls and takes hardly any of the moves in the red team's kit, he is going to be taken out of this game.
Big scoop, and that is it. It is now Acno in the 1v2. Blue not even too damaged. Like, there isn't that hope of, oh, if he just finds that right side air. Team combo coming out, big side air, and Blue and M for Mini take 1 off of Acno and Blaze.
They're going to fight back, hoping they can get the reverse 3 yet again, just like they did in their previous set. They've already won game 3. Now we're going to move into game 4. Blue hoping this Bodvar swap is going to give them what they need. You see him sticking with it as they ban out Small Enigma, Mammoth Fortress, and now we are going to, I didn't happen to catch what map it was. What map was it?
It was the 3rd one.
I saw that, but like, which one?
Great Hall.
Why are we seeing so much Great Hall?
Yeah, I don't know. And there's not even that Great Sword on Great Hall. It's just Great Hall, apparently, for the European region. The triplats can play into things. And of course, again, Axe players generally do like Great Hall and triplats just because of all the different things that can be done on these maps. But it is interesting. It's not the most popular map in North America at the very least.
This map is gross, man. TK and Flambo were talking about it earlier. TK said he'd rather go on Fang Wild than this map. I would take big stages over this map.
Would you take Big Great Hall over this map?
Yeah. No. No, honestly, maybe.
Oh, Acno at the top, though, using that top platform. That's one of the reasons why some people like this map, is because you can go for those vertical kills off the top, and he hits a ground pound onto Blue. Acno and Blaze, they're ready to put this one in the bag and go into the loser's final.
Honestly, I didn't even really see Acno coming in. Like, I saw Blaze gray out, meaning that he didn't have like hardly any in-air movement options left, and my eyes were on him. So it was like, oh, what's going to happen to him now? What is he going to do to get away from this? And Acno was there to cover him. Red Team does get the full team wipe, so they are far from out of this game yet, only a little bit behind. I don't think either of them are even in orange yet. Okay,
no.
Infamini is in orange. Okay. What is the force on that? The D-Light brought him into red, and the neutral signature killed him just like that.
And on a map like Great Hall, definitely one of the higher ceiling maps in the game. Surprised to see that neutral sig knock out at that damage point.
I got to email Blue Mammoth about Brent after seeing that.
I look forward to the Twitter DM on that one. Good spot touch from M for Mini, avoiding that recovery. That recovery would have been brutal. M for Mini, though, trying to avoid all these ground pounds, eats a down air. Blue ate some too, and now it's all left to Blue in the 1v2. 4 stocks left on the Blue team. This is going to be pretty much impossible to 1v2 the top seed of the tournament.
Weapon spawn coming in. Agno's easily able to grab blasters. Blaze putting out some damage onto this recently fresh stock, but not anymore fresh stock from Blue. See him just floating, trying to avoid as much as he possibly can. Gets the sidelight and the side sig. That's 1 stock, but he's still got to look at 3 more.
Acno's like, all right, I'm gonna go for the hit. Didn't even wait for the opportunity. Big neutral sig, and that is it. Game number 4 goes the way of Blaze and Acno, winning it 3-1 over Blue and M for Mini to earn their spot in the losers final. I mean, it was to be expected, but there was always that hope, right? There was always that hope for Blue and M for Mini.
Infamini only put out 197 damage that game. So that was a very tough game for him.
Like that.
And I love what Acno did there at the end with the neutral signature on the axe. It is considered a grab. So even if you end up hitting your opponent there, it will out-prioritize, or will prioritize the enemy over your teammate. I love throwing out stuff like that when my